All right, go ahead. Ask me again. Like you didn't just ask me something.
So, what do you think about all the changes that Trump's making for like the tariffs and all that, and like him banning birthright citizenship?
Um, yeah. So with the terrorist part now, the tariffs part, I don't know. Some economists are saying that tariffs are bad for the country, and it's because if you rate the logic of the left wing economists, because even science is bipartisan nowadays. So the left wing economists are saying that if you raise the prices that these companies are going to spend buying their goods from elsewhere outside of the country, then they're just going to raise the prices to keep the prices the same for us, right?
Right.
To keep their profit margins the same. But
Hmm.
I think, because, all right, Kamala Harris's plan was to stop price gouging, which would force them to completely outsource everything to another country. So I think that also bad. And I think if the left wing is right about this tariff thing, it's also bad. I think the worst thing is outsourcing all the work to another country because all the menial, easy jobs are eventually going to be taken by AI and simple technology and shit like that.
Right.
It's kind of like how at McDonald's there really aren't no fry cooks anymore. It's all fucking microwave food. But
What the? Hell?
no, no, I'm not being like I'm being hyperbolic. But
Oh, okay.
um, so you asked about the tariffs. So that's if the left wing economists are correct. Now, if the right wing economists are correct, this is kind of, I think Reagan started doing this first, and
Mm.
he put tariffs on everybody. No, not he didn't start doing it first, but I think that's whose playbook Trump is in right now. But long story short, I think with the tariffs, it should incentivize those companies to employ Americans because one thing that Trump was saying while he was running for president is he brought up black jobs. And
Mm.
there is a certain thing as black jobs, even though it's not like black people. He's talking about poor jobs. Because that's something that I do. You can replace the word black with poor, and most of the things that you say would still be accurate, or vice versa, poor with black. So these would be your jobs like your trade work, your plumbers, your electricians, your HVAC technicians, your technicians as a whole, your mechanics, these type of jobs. But they're also factory jobs. So
True.
in textile industry, if you're gonna start a brand, they'll tell you, contact a Chinese fucking um factory to get your shirts really cheap. You can get a shirt for 50 cents per shirt in China, and then you can get a logo printed on all types of shit. But that's because, you know, when you outsource labor, of course it's cheaper, but that just means that they're paying people less over there. It's basically slave conditions over there. But the same people that are like so lovey dovey and want the best for everybody in the whole world, they want to outsource this shit to people with terrible conditions, put them to work, put pennies in their pockets, even though the penny can stretch over there, but pay them
Mm.
peanuts, and um, they're perfectly fine with that as long as they just I don't know what they're as long as what I honestly don't know what be the positive thing about doing that. But I will say that it seems like all right, as far as the tariffs go, I am waiting to see the outcome of the tariffs. I think that
Say.
we elected the president. Let's see what he does now, and if he fucks up, fuck him, and we should
Okay.
keep holding him accountable. Let me play the little intro shit, and then we can jump back into that conversation right there.
All right.
Where the fuck is that shit at? There it is.
Everything we see is a false reality.
Does evil exist?
I don't know. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Now a question. What have Herbert Hoover, Art Linkletter, Jack London, and Richard Nixon all had in common?
I have no enemies.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. It seems to be getting harder, distinguishing reality from the illusions people make for us, or from the ones we make for ourselves. Maybe that's part of the plan, to make me think I'm crazy.
What the hell are you talking about?
I wanted to say that you're gonna hear some bad things about me, and some of them are true. But trust me, everything I've worked for, everything I care about, it's all for this wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Tight shit, tight shit, tight shit, tight shit. Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, Chunky Milk. Or how goes it? This is your faithful commander of the Nebuchadnezzar, Kino, TM, Shy Pooper, on Discord, on Twitch, on YouTube, anywhere you download or digest your podcast. And I'm here with my partner right here, Rico,
What's happening, y'all? It's Rico Brew. How's it going?
for shit show. Yeah, we was just chopping up about politics. So right back into that conversation. So yeah, with the tariffs and everything. But now, if you watch what Trump is doing with Elon, I think that's stupid. I think that any government that spends, what is the budget for NASA nowadays? Can you look that up real fast?
Let me look that up.
I'm gonna guess. Last time I looked it up, it was like 600 billion. I'll say it's probably like 750 billion at this point.
25.4
Billion?
billion.
Damn. No, wait. What's the budget for the military? My bad. And last time I looked up
Military.
NASA, I think it was 6.
Let me see. Military.
Military budget for the year.
850 billion.
850 billion.
800.
850 billion. Yeah, yeah. See, last time I looked at it was 600 billion. But yeah, I think a country that spends $750 billion on militarism, I think that you're going to lose $8 billion, and it shouldn't be a problem. Um, yeah, and I think that anybody put in control of the government is going to put some money in their pockets, and I don't have a problem with that because you can never track that. I think the the effort it takes to find out where every dollar is fucking waste of money, and it's outrageous. Um, so yeah, that's just where I would put that. I think also that it's just like it's such an easy, like, I think it's a waste of time. I think the what they should be prioritized, because if the goal is, the taxpayers are giving them the money and everybody wants to know where the fuck the money is going, right? That
Right.
that that doesn't really matter to me so much. What would matter more is the day-to-day life being better. So you have to look at things like grocery prices. You have to look at things like cost of life, mortgages, these type of things. I think that there should be laws against usury. Usury is, as best of my knowledge, you can Google search what usury means, but I think that it means um, excessive interest, charging excessive interest on loans. And I think that right now we're seeing usury at an all-time high. I think that
The illegal action or practice of lending money at unreasonably high rates of interest.
right. So
Yeah.
um, I think that the market value in any given market should be um, it should be you should be able to work a minimum wage job in in any city you live in, and you should be able to um, rent a studio apartment comfortably. So let's say you make $1,000 a month. Your rent should be nowhere. Your rent should never exceed, let's say, $600 a month for a studio, right?
That's real.
I think that there should be laws in place based on percentages, based on median income in a certain zip code or something. Because if you want to live in the Hollywood Hills and pay $9,000 a month because you all make six figures and shit like that, perfectly fine. But for the common man, there should be defense between the landlord and the tenant. There should be laws in place that says, you know, you can only charge this amount of money. Well, I don't know. I kind of go back and forth with it because it's kind of that's the core of capitalism, and I'm a fan of capitalism. I just I think that it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of like when you charge a certain amount, then you kind of in capitalism you can charge $40 for a banana. Doesn't mean that anybody's gonna fucking buy that banana, right?
Right.
But you have the option to do whatever the fuck you want to do because it's yours, and I like that. I like you have the ability to do anything you want to do. Now, I think that even luxury apartments should be expensive. That makes sense to me. And I think that somebody that, doesn't make that amount of money shouldn't live there. And I also like the fact that some people that are rich and wealthy stay in like below average places to feel like they have way more money. Feel like billionaires probably. I like that as well. I don't see how you would implement the restriction on the cost of living. I didn't like Kamala's attempt to stop price gouging because I think that's the same process that I'm talking about. It has to be a better way to do it though. I think that the value of the dollar is going down in such a way that it's terrible. I also saw that Trump is attempting to stop the printing of pennies. Did you hear about this?
Nah.
Yeah, so Trump is attempting to stop the printing of pennies. And
Why is it like a waste of them? Because it's just 1 cent.
not only is it just 1 cent, it cost damn near 4 cents to make 1 cent.
Okay, I think that might be valid. I mean,
Exactly.
we don't really use pennies like that.
We do, but we don't have to.
True.
Um, we do, but I think there's enough pennies in circulation that it really doesn't matter. And we're going to like a digital age where all the money is already made up and dumb as fuck because there's probably no copper in your pennies anymore, and there's no silver in your fucking quarters and no nickel in your nickels. But there used to be, but nowadays, ever since we transformed into the paper money bullshit, it's all been made up anyway. So that's why I'm not afraid of the like digital age coming, because it's all gonna be made up. And then
True.
paper money is about to become like nothing. Like I don't even know what you could even attribute that to. This is about to be something we've never seen before.
It might become like Watch Dogs, like the game.
I never played it. Well, I played it, but not well enough to remember what you're talking about. But
Like, there's probably like gonna be more hackers, so you're gonna have to safe keep your money some like special way or something.
oh yeah, for shit show, and just buy precious metals like we were just talking about. That's what I plan on doing. Just buying precious metals. I'm gonna live in a van, live in the fucking woods. I'm perfectly fine. I'm just gonna chill out in the woods. Me and my 12 wives and 14 kids with each one of them. We're just gonna live in the fucking
This dude
woods.
says he's gonna have 28 kids.
Nah, 12 wives, 14 kids each.
12? Why? I thought they said 2 at first. Oh, damn.
Nah, bro.
He's gonna have his own
You
lineage.
gotta think big, bro. Yeah, you gotta have an army. And what I realize is you can't trust
Oh,
nobody but your
kingdom.
kids. You can't really trust nobody but your kids. You can trust your kids until they like gain sentience.
True shit.
Tight shit. But yeah. Other than that, Texas measles outbreak. That's actually fucking crazy. You know what the measles are?
I heard the disease. I don't know what it is exactly.
I think it's like the scabies or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. I wanted to say the mumps and measles. I think they're similar. The measles and the mumps. I hear them in tandem in my mind. But yeah, a measles outbreak in South Plains region of northwest Texas has affected at least 90 people since last January. That's a whole year. 90 people. What a shocker. Kill them. Kill them, and we don't have the measles anymore, right? Texas state health officials reported Friday with 77 cases in teenagers or children and 16 cases leading to hospitalizations. Across the state border, nearby Lea County, New Mexico, reported 10 cases. The viral airborne disease is highly contagious, causing rashes, fevers, and respiratory issues. Children under 5 and immune uncompromised people are at a higher risk. Prior to 1963 vaccine, nearly every American teenager contracted measles by 15, killing around 500 people each year. The disease was declared eliminated, meaning no contagion,
Continue.
continuous endemic transition in the U.S. in 2000. L. Reader. Yes, we all know this. But no, I'm not a fan of vaccines either. I didn't take the code. Did you take the code vaccine?
I did because we needed to travel and it was required.
Damn, bruh.
Yeah,
Damn,
I know.
Mikey.
I know.
Damn, you from that?
Maybe that's why I got this cough. Who knows? My mom got sent to the hospital for respiratory issues. I'm over here coughing. My guy.
Nah. I'm fucking. But yeah. I just didn't take that shit. I don't like vaccines. I don't like no foreign nothing in my person, in my vessel or whatever. And yeah, so I
That's
got a
real.
fake little allegedly I have a actual card that says I have the vaccine in my bloodstream. Um, so yeah. So with this measles vaccine now, I'm like, okay, cool. But I think they're all right. I'm a like real conspiracy theorist on some dumb shit. But I think they rolling out the measles again to give more vaccines, and these vaccines will like fuck up your mRNA, DNA and shit, uh, RNA, mRNA, the fuck, RNA, DNA strand and shit like that. And I think it's gonna be, I don't know. I just don't like no foreign nothings. I'm very particular about medicines and shit like that. I'm holistic as can be, Rastafarian and things of that nature. They're
All
just
about the
flat, pretty
natural
much.
shit.
Yeah. Um.
Real.
But yeah. So yeah. But yeah, this outbreak. I think how does the measles spread? It's airborne. Okay. Cool. Officials have not determined the origin of the current outbreak, but 90 cases reported in Texas, 5 have been vaccinated against a disease, while the rest were either unvaccinated or had unknown status. So 5 cases have been vaccinated. Okay. And I think with the vaccine, they give you a little bit of the disease to encourage your body to like have like
Immunity to it.
yeah. I think they do the shit like that. I don't know. Out of all Trump's cabinet, I fuck with RFK just because I like his health consciousness about everything. Make America healthy again. I dig it. He's like 65 years old. He sounds like Marty from Back to the Future, but he sounds like he knows what he's talking about, and he's been preaching the same thing for years. So I'm confident in him. But yeah,
Okay.
uh, so bigger than that, conservatives have won Germany. Germany's pair of conservative Christian Union parties won control of parliament yesterday, receiving 28% of the vote and ousting Olaf Scholz and his center-left Social Democrats after 3 years in power. Now, I think might be the first. The only reason this is making news might be that this is the first conservative leadership Germany has since Hitler, and maybe the world is nervous about that. But I don't know. Germans are pretty cool. I fuck with Germans. They love Jamaicans. They love their culture. Their Germans have always been swaggy. You know, BMW was a World War II asset for Germany. German engineering. That's when they perfected their engineering. They linked up with the Anunnaki. Yeah, Germans was just on some shit, bro. I fuck with Germans too. They got beautiful women. I think out of all
They
of
do.
Europe, like yeah, for sure. I think out of all of Europe, excluding Italy, oh no, I think they're top three. They might be top three food places too.
Really?
They probably got the best
They're so good?
ovens. Huh?
I thought you meant like actual food.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What are you talking about?
No, yeah, I heard you mention ovens. I was like, what's food with ovens doing?
Well, yeah, French people use ovens for like croissants.
Okay,
Italians ovens for pizzas. Yeah, I just brought up ovens because that's the bakery. Like they look like a pastry type of people, type shit. They got like schnitzel and shit like that.
have you tried it?
Nah, but I've never tried a real Italian pizza either. But
Shoot, shit.
you just know. You know what I mean? You just know. I feel like Italians can go crazy with like olive oil and bread.
Oh, that's their thing.
Exactly. But
I know
yeah,
my
I think these are the
grandfather on
top
my
three.
mom's side was freaking was half French and half Italian. So I don't know if that's the reason I like pasta, but pasta's my shit.
Okay, okay. But yeah, they gotta go crazy. Like, they gotta be top three because England, they ass when it comes to food. They ain't got shit going for themselves. The election also saw a Nationalist Party, Alternative for Germany, double its vote for 2021, earning the second highest number at 20% to the Social Democrats 16. The rise of the AFD, Alternatives for AFD, oh, okay, complicates Mertz's coalition building plans, as his and other mainstream parties have refused to align with Eurosceptic immigration strict group. Analysts expect Marx to attempt to align with Schultz's party and the fourth place Greens. I don't know what they're talking about right now. Maybe the Green Party is the same as over here is, and the Green Party pretty much just cares about uh, like recycling and shit like that. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see what Germany does. I like that um, the whole world is becoming like, dare I say, sensible again. Um, we've seen numerous things. We've seen what it's like when the far left has control of the United States, and now it's time to see what it's like when the right has leadership of the United States, and then I want to see peace. but everybody gets a turn. You know what I mean? This is like when your cousins come over and you have one controller, and you have to give the sticks now
Real shit.
because they weren't raised in the same manner as you. They're not as kind, and they will definitely duff you in your mouth if you don't give up that controller. You died. You said it was every 3 deaths, and you've died 5 times now. You can't keep saying one more try, because one more try means one black eye. That's all I heard is one more try. Okay, bet. Pow. Now you want to cry. That's crazy. You were the one that said every 3 deaths, and now you over here really dying.
Really, think it's crazy.
But yeah. Oh, other important news. Fucking Joy Reid has been fired. Now, I'm not a fan of Joy Reid. I tried to find the clips of her saying dumb shit, but I couldn't. She's defended Black Lives Matter even after it came out that they were pretty much scamming everybody.
Whoa.
She's she's also defended like abortion and shit like that, and she just and honestly, okay, I could talk about her points and shit like that, but mainly I'm so glad she's being fired is because she's just ugly. So I want to get back to a place in society where we hire pretty women to be in front of cameras. I would even appreciate love if these ugly women were hired to be writers, to write the script for the pretty women to say. I don't want these opinions to be silenced. I want my eyes to be able to watch the screen and be pleasantly watching the screen. You know what I mean? You agree, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, fuck with you. So, yeah, like, I genuinely feel like that pretty women have talent because they're pretty. Like, that's their talent. That's their God-given right as pretty women.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's
You just want to
unfair
watch.
them. It's unfair to them to like allow ugly people to have as much screen time as them. I think it's the best thing to do is to have ugly people do radio and write for pretty people to use their mouths and talk and be on screen.
Right.
I actually found some dumb shit that she was saying, and I really want to add it to the pod. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen real fast. Hopefully there's no ad. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that this is picking it up. Hold on, don't say anything. I want to make sure it's picking it up. No, it's not picking it up. Hold on. Let me not cutting anything out either. Oh shit.
You might have to actually share the out.
I'm trying.
What are you talking about?
I got this. Hold on, bitch. Okay, nah, it's still not picking it up. I gotta hold on. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Okay. I think I figured it out now. Ugla. There we go. Now.
Okay.
every parent has the fundamental right to direct the upbringing of their children.
And liberal parents? Do liberal parents have those rights as well?
All parents. Sure.
So let me point you to some statistics, because the question becomes then who gets to decide what all kids get to read. The Washington.
Okay, I just want to clarify what she's about to talk about. So there's this book that was in school, in certain schools or whatever, that this lady on the right, this Caucasian woman on the right, she is a part of a group called Moms Up for Liberty, and they defend the literature that goes into schools, public schools, for kids. So they're trying to keep it like super wholesome and shit like that. And then they're discussing a book that's in the schools that the white lady's an advocate to get rid of that book. And Joy Reid is saying, nah. What if that book helps kids? You feel me? No.
Okay.
But just listen to what the book is.
Washington Post took a look at that about 1,000+ book challenges that were filed, and they found that they were filed nationwide by just 11 people. Each of these people brought 10 or more challenges against books in their school district. Together, these serial filers constituted 6% of all book challengers, but they were responsible for 60% of filings. In Florida, Tampa Bay Times, they found that of roughly 1,100 complaints recorded in Florida since July 2022, we're talking about more than 700 just from two counties, Escambia in the Western Panhandle and Clay County. Together, those are less than 3% of the public school enrollment, 600 of those complaints, 2 people. Why should 13 people get to decide what books tens of thousands of children get to read?
Well, I'm thinking it's probably because those 13 people saw what some of the content was in the books. I mean, explicit, graphic, sexual content. And I'm happy to talk about some of that content if you'd like to.
Well, this is the question again. The books that are being banned, I want to give you just some...
Books are being banned.
No, hold on a second.
Well, no, Joy, but I want to be clear. No one's banning books. Write the book, print the book, publish the book, put the book in the public library, sell the book, right? We're talking about a public school library. Children don't have unfettered access to the internet at school. I did a FOIA records request, and I wanted to see what kinds of internet sites are banned in schools, if we're going to talk about banning, right? And the subject matter in the books that moms are concerned about are the same things that kids don't have access to on the internet. So it just feels very hypocritical, right? No, why is no one out there protesting for, free the internet in schools?
Let me give you an example of some of the books that have been removed from shelves as a result of the activities of organizations like Moms for Liberty.
We're not going to talk like Moms for Liberty. We're going to talk specifically.
See, and that's another thing with debates like this. She's not defending what this lady's saying, or Joy Reid is not. She's talking about an organization that's similar, in her opinion, to this lady's organization. No. Let's talk about the organization, right? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If I'm Domino's and I'm talking about, we should have Domino's pizza, and you're like, well, Pizza Hut's pizza's not that good, and I'm like, wait. We're talking about my Domino's. We're not talking about, you see what I'm saying? It's pizza. They're both books, but they're not Domino's pizza. So.
Moms for Liberty.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy to have this conversation with you, Joy.
Absolutely.
But we're going to be specific about the actions of Moms for Liberty chapters.
100%.
Because I can't be possibly responsible for every single parent in America.
But your organization is the lead. You're the leading organization that's doing this. You have chapters all over the country, and other organizations are following your lead. And
see, and then saying she's responsible for other organizations' behavior is ludicrous. That's like saying, that's like saying you own a food truck and there's another food truck in a different fucking state, in a different city, spitting in people's food, giving them diarrhea. And they're calling you, just because you're the top rated food truck in all of America, they're following your lead. No, what the fuck?
PEN America has listed, they have posted the list of books that have been removed from shelves as a result of these activities. Let me just read you a couple of them. Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl. Mouse, which is a book about the Holocaust, a graphic novel. Genderqueer, a memoir.
Also, Anne Frank and Mouse shouldn't be in the fucking curriculum. It shouldn't be in there neither, because that's not United States history. So why is it in the curriculum? Why is it in the library? But I digress.
All Boys Aren't Blue. Beloved, Martin Luther King Jr. and the March on Washington. Ruby Bridges Goes to School. Slaughterhouse-Five, The Color Purple, Forever by Judy Blume. I could go on.
Why is The Color Purple in there? That's not even a real story. And it's not a pleasant story to read. You know what I'm saying? It's not pleasant. I think Mister was fucking Sealy when she was like 14. Oof. So it's not like a pleasant thing to read. It wasn't even a great movie. Well, it was a good movie. I'm not gonna cap. But it's not a good movie. It just doesn't make sense to have in a fucking school. You should have that in a university or something. Why does elementary school, middle school, high school kids need to see such depressing material?
These are books that are not only popular, in some cases are classics. Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye. Let me give you an example.
Well, I'd like to answer your question.
Please do. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just mentioned a list of books. And so Moms for Liberty doesn't have like a national book list. There was never a list of books that we put out and said, parents, be concerned about these books, right? We didn't do it because we want our parents to be effective advocates. So when moms are going into the libraries in the schools, when they're seeing what their children have access to, when they go to speak to the superintendent or the principal, they have accurate information, right? They're
and where are they getting
advocates.
their information from?
You can just go online to a catalog in your children's library, and you can see what
without
books are
reading
available.
the books. What is what is? One moment. What is booklooks.com?
I'm aware of a website called booklooks.com where parents can go and see some of the books that other parents are concerned about.
Booklooks.com has been used in Florida extensively in counties like, I used to live in Broward County. I lived there for 14 years.
Okay.
In counties like Broward, counties like Clay, counties like Escambia, Moms for Liberty activists are using booklooks.com. And it's essentially a Cliff Notes for books.
Yeah.
So you go through without even having to read the book. I'm going to just hold it up so our audience can see what it looks like. This is the one for All Boys Aren't Blue, which is one of the books Moms for Liberty has pushed
Everyone
to have
should go and see the content in this book. That's such a good idea.
And so what
Joy.
happens is you can do keyword searches and find certain keywords.
Like rape.
You can find sure.
Or anal rape or dildo.
You can find all sorts
those
of
types
keywords.
of words.
And that's the type of shit that this lady is defending. Joy Reid is defending smut.
That's reasonable. She's the wow.
She wants those type of books in the school. The whole thing is Moms for Liberty. It seems like I only know it from this interview here, and I only bring it up because we're talking about Joy Reid. But this lady on the right from Moms of Liberty wants smut out of the fucking classroom. Joy Reid is like, well, what if reading? What was that book called that it was just talking about? Doesn't matter.
All Boys Are Blue, something like that.
All boys are not blue. What about that helping kids in school? But my whole thing is, it's a stupid argument because kids are there to study the curriculum. And I think that all those type of conversations should be happening with the parents and the kid. Or adult they can trust and the kid. They don't need to stumble upon pornography in the fucking classrooms.
No. Wait, hold on. Wait. Let me finish my question.
Okay,
Then
great,
you can answer.
sure.
I'm going to give you time to answer, but I got to ask you first.
No, yeah, I got the question.
And so what you find is the keywords that you find, and
especially if it was just like, you know, here is All Boys Aren't Blue, and da 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 da. They're talking about rape. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Word, anything, words like you just used. Then you'll get out of context passages from the book, and then based on that, Moms for Liberty members are going to places like Broward County School Board meetings, reading out of context passages from these books, and then demanding.
Now here is the nail in the coffin. She said it's out of context.
That the school board remove them.
So what's
That is the way.
question? Yeah.
The question I'm asking is, what is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have
This girl's
to
looking at her like
decide
she's
that a
stupid.
book, an award-winning book
So
like All
hilarious.
Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What is your
What a
expertise?
tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so
Sure.
I'm going to answer
Please
for
do.
you. In what context is a strap-on dildo acceptable for public school? That's my question to you. Tell me what the context around the strap-on dildo or the rape of a minor child by a teacher.
Hold on a second.
No.
Wait,
We're
hold
talking
on.
about
No.
public school.
One moment.
All right.
So now you've asked me questions.
Sure.
I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
Well, who is the main character? What's the name of the main character in All Boys Aren't Blue?
You're asking me right now.
You just
to
gave
name-
me very specific
See,
information about.
at that point, I'm like, it doesn't matter her response. That's why I'm cutting it here. But at that point, I'm just like, you're dying on a hill that makes no sense. And I think that there's these certain people placed in these positions to defend these points for no proper reason, I promise you. I genuinely don't know why that these people are selected. These people are chosen to participate in media and be, I don't understand it. I just don't get it. What was the other topics that I want to talk about? What was going on again? Oh, yeah. You said Keke Palmer was Entertainer of the Year.
Yeah,
Where'd you see that at? Can you give me some more on that? Who said that?
that was
Rolling Stone or something?
It was in the No Sports Entertainment and Culture.
Ah. No, what publication said that she's the Entertainer of the Year?
It just says the 688 wins Best Film at NAACP Image Awards.
Oh, the NAACP. This nigga said NAACP.
It's the first time I hear it. Seeing it.
Oh, shit. You know what the NAACP is?
No.
Oh, shit. That's good, though. They ain't shit.
Okay.
I want to believe that it stands for National NAACP, National African American NAACP, National African American Council People. I don't know, something dumb. But yeah, they're supposed to defend like black people and like care about black people. Anyways, but no. If the NAACP said it, it's perfectly fine. It's still
For the
retarded. It's still dumb
advancement
as fuck.
of other people.
The advancement of colored people. Oh, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dumb. They still calling people colored people. Like that's actually retarded. No. So Keke Palmer shouldn't be the fucking. That's another reason I don't even like SZA, right? Because SZA, all she does is sing about like being a thought, and she's old and she doesn't have kids. I don't trust old women with no kids.
That's real.
Yeah, and she sings about like being a teenager still, not in age, but in like her actions. And she's like, you could. Her one song called Weekend. She'd be like, you can have them on Monday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I just keep them satisfied through the weekend. You can have fun on the weekend. That's like her saying like, you can be his wife. I just want to fuck him on the weekends. And I'm just like, that's
crazy.
not a good. Nobody should aspire to be that. I mean,
But girls found that on fire.
yeah, and I also don't like fake asses, and I also don't like the fact that she kind of took off after she got her face changed by a surgeon. I think that she has a kind spirit, probably. It's just I just can't condone some of that shit. You know what I mean? But that's just the negative side of black culture. Now back to Keke Palmer. She embarrassed her baby father for maybe like a week or two of headlines, and then she acted in a movie with SZA, written by the same writer of Insecure, and I think that's where she's getting this Entertainer of the Year shit from. I would have gave it to maybe who's the new Captain America, the black one.
I don't even know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I would have given it to him. I would have given it to not Entertainer.
Anthony Mackie?
Yeah, Anthony Mackie. Yeah, I was going to say that. I would have given it to Kendrick Lamar as an entertainer. He kept us entertained all through 2024. I would have gave it to who's a black woman that kept me entertained? I can't think of one. But yeah, I would have given it to Kendrick, Anthony Mackie, maybe Jonathan Majors, just because he got off that case. Maybe even it depends on how his trial goes. I was about to say P. Diddy, but it depends on how his trial goes. Yeah. What was the other topic that we was gonna cover? It was 5 of them. I don't remember, but we're going to close out this episode. I don't know. I think this is episode 29. We're coming up on 30. We're going to hit 100 before the end of the year. You got my word. And sayonara. I'm just going to play this last little thing right here and put it at the end of the damn video like I be doing. Yeah.
5 days you on.
People often... You're going to realize... People often focus on their struggles, but forget to acknowledge their blessings. It's a common flaw in human nature. We focus on what's wrong and overlook what's right. As Dostoevsky wrote, man only likes to count his troubles. He doesn't calculate his happiness. We tend to dwell on problems, endlessly adding them up, while the blessings in our lives...
Matter of fact, I'm going to save that for the other style of videos. I'm definitely going to take us out with the same old same. Oh, wait. I kind of had a vision for this ending right here. What's that shit called again? Oh, damn, I gotta look shit up. But, yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna look shit up. Hey, one of them discs... never mind. I'll tell you after the recording starts. I'm gonna start ending the this pod with one of these songs. I made a new playlist on Spotify called The Whites, and it's all of my favorite white people songs. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for being so fucking awesome. Sucking butt. You're so awesome. God.
They paved paradise and put up a fucking lie. With a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise and put up a fucking lie. Took all the trees and put them in a tree museum, and they charged the people $1.50 to see them. No, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? You paved paradise and put up a fucking lie.
paid.